Welcome to segment 2 of the podcast. I'm joined with Sammy Cohen, formerly of high school in Georgia. He's now a defensive back for Auburn. Sammy, how's your day going?
It's going really well. Just hanging out. We had practice this morning. Just waiting until tomorrow. So we're good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're doing well, thanks. Yeah, it's a wee bit different over here in Northern Ireland. We are starting our summer and things are just getting relaxed for us. So we're trying to fit in as many interviews and stuff as possible. But we're going to get the ball rolling on a question here for you. You were quite a good athlete, in your high school. You won 2 state championships in baseball, had great success in track as well. What made you pursue football above all the rest of these sports that you were so good in?
I think just the bond between teammates of football just kind of really draws me into it and the love of the game. I do love baseball and track a lot, baseball especially, but a few shoulder injuries for baseball kind of ended my hopes with that. And I just kind of put all my eggs in the basket of football and just followed that dream.
Definitely. And, we sort of hear about players in the NFL who play, they're multi-sport athletes in high school and sometimes in college as well. And for example, Patrick Mahomes played a lot of baseball, was drafted by the Detroit Tigers. And I know he played quarterback, but does your experience in other sports, do you think that's helped you in your development of football?
Definitely. I think it's like seeing things from a different perspective helps a lot. Maybe something I learned from another coach somewhere else can help me interpret something differently from football, which I think helps.
Definitely.
So obviously then you grew up in Georgia and you went to high school there. You went to Pope High School, which is in Georgia. What made you choose Auburn then coming out of high school? Why, Auburn's had many good players in the past, Bo Jackson, Cam Newton, to name a few. Why did you choose Auburn?
Auburn's honestly been my dream school since I was little. My first time I remember watching college football was with Cam Newton because my neighbor was playing for the Auburn football team.
Oh, wow.
And so I had a huge love for the team. My dream's been to get there ever since then. And I've just been following my dreams ever since.
We saw the image of you on Instagram and you were doing the Cam Newton pose in your shirt and you had the Auburn t-shirt underneath. Is Cam Newton someone that you, whenever you were small, someone that you looked up to? Someone from Georgia as well?
So. Yeah, he's from our area, so it's pretty cool to see him do it. Yeah, it's awesome. I definitely looked up to Cam Newton.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so you were in your freshman year, if I'm right, last year in Auburn. And
redshirt freshman,
freshman. And were there any players in particular that helped you improve your game or that you've learned from already going forth into your sophomore year? Players that helped you, maybe prepared you for whenever you get to suit up for Auburn in the future?
Yeah, I honestly, Smoke Monday really helped me a lot with. There'd be times after practice where I'd ask him to come help me with the drill. We'd stay 15, 20 minutes after practice. It's like 95 degrees in Auburn. The Smoke's out there helping me with that. Even last fall, when I first joined the team, Jamie and Sherwood kind of took me under his wing. And I asked him one question about the playbook and he sat there, went over everything with me after practice as well. So it was like late at night. He just sat there, went over with it with me. But I also got moved to linebacker recently. And Owen Papo and Zacoby and Chandler Wooten have really helped me out with that transition too, which has been awesome because I don't think I'd be able to do it without them helping me. So it's really helped me. It's cool.
Yeah, you definitely need teammates like that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm sure then playing a wee bit of linebacker, you've maybe faced Tank Bigsby in practice a wee bit more than you'd like. Obviously, I'm wearing a Tank shirt at the moment. I'm a big fan of his. What's it like playing with him? Sammy, what's it like going up against him in practice?
Tank has a huge personality. I think that's like something people don't really know about him, but Tank is the funniest guy in the room, the loudest mouth. Yeah. He's a great guy, good leader. But he always gets his all. That's the thing about Tank. Like at practice, he's never missing reps, joking around or anything. He's always locked in, which is a good thing. Tank.
Yeah. And now you've got a new defensive coordinator in town, Derek Mason. What are you looking forward to learning from him?
Honestly, I think you can just, if you're in the room with Coach Mason, you can just tell the knowledge he has anywhere in life. Like he's been around football for so long. He's coached so many great defenses. It's just, you can tell the knowledge just flows off of him and his way of teaching. Very loud, very like in your face, but it helps. And I think he's a great coach. We all kind of getting locked and ready to do it.
Definitely.
He is. That's what you need, though. You need someone who's in your face and ready to lead those guys out into the field. You used to hit those guys harder than they are hitting you. But so yeah. Looking forward now to this season. What are your goals and aspirations for the 2021 season, Sammy?
My goal personally for me is just to get on the field anyway. I can help the team anywhere, special teams, subbing on defense sometimes, but anywhere I can do to help the team. I think our team, we're going to surprise a lot of people this year when we all buy in, because there's a lot of talent on our team, and I think our new coaching staff's very superior, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
Yeah,
definitely. You've got new head coach Bryan Harsin as well. What's it been like working with him as well?
It's been awesome. He's like the same way. He's very intense, but I mean, he's a very hard worker, and it can show. Like, he was a walk-on at Boise's quarterback there, so he just like understands the grind. There's no shortcuts with him. Everything is very upfront, a grind, which I love.
Yep.
Definitely. I think, we both haven't played the game, and we've definitely not played it to any sort of professional or college level, So
obviously
I may be speaking out of line here, but, I think from the outside looking in, whenever you have a coach who has been through the same experience you have, there's definitely a bond there between player and coach, because there's a mutual understanding. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I think he's doing a really good job trying to bond the team with everybody as well. We're doing a lot of team bonding things, which has been really good. I think he really cares about making our school succeed, which is awesome to be a part of.
That's fantastic. And we were just wondering as well, whenever we were doing our prep, so you watch NFL football, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Because we've had a few guys on who don't actually watch it, and then when we brought this up, they're going, I don't know, I don't really, I don't follow any of that.
They're too focused on their own work.
Yeah, I mean, I've grown up being a fan of football my whole life, so it's just kind of, I've always watched football anywhere.
Excellent. And so yes, you follow NFL. So are there any pro safeties at the minute or in the past who you look at, and you try and base your game off or try and learn things off?
I think like the mentality of Eric Berry, I really like how that guy was able to battle back through cancer of all things. Because I've had a bunch of injuries in my life, and I've battled back to be where I'm at. I think it's very remarkable. It's just looking at someone like Eric Berry who was able to do it. It's just insane. But I love watching Cam Chancellor, even though he doesn't play anymore. Just the way he played, the physicality was inspiring. But now that I'm a linebacker, I'm also trying to learn from like Luke Kuechly or Ray Lewis, how they study film, things they got.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I actually saw this about Eric Berry. Did you know Eric Berry's got a fear of horses?
He's got a fear of horses?
Yeah.
Fear of horses?
A fear of horses. I was watching Mic'd Up on highlights one day on YouTube, and at Kansas City, whenever they score a touchdown, they have a horse drawn up the field. Bit like they have in Denver. And he was freaking out on the side, like, get that horse away from me. I don't want that near that horse, So I thought it was quite funny. But yeah, he had an amazing comeback in his career.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Very motivating.
As we go into these interviews, Sammy, and we get past all the serious questions, we like to then switch things to a wee bit more of a trivial note. So I'm going to ask you, if there was one NFL wide receiver that you would love to tackle, now that you're a linebacker, I was going to say line up against in terms of a one-on-one, but now that you're a linebacker, would there be one, wide receiver or tight end that you would just love to hit, or quarterback, any position? Is there any guy that you'd just love to go out and hit real hard?
I mean, I'm kind of upset with Julio right now for leaving the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
I love Julio. I don't know. I don't really have any grudge where I'd want to hurt anybody or hit anybody really hard. But I mean, Mahomes could honestly get it, because that guy is on the high 100%. Horse right now.
Yeah.
I grew up a Tom Brady fan, so it's hard for me to watch the passing of the ground.
Yeah.
What about that guy? Maybe he's not NFL, but what about that guy, Bo Nix? You'd love to hit him, I'm sure.
No, Bo's a great guy. I love Bo.
I would say that hitting Cam Newton wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, Cam Newton's ginormous, so no.
Hard pass.
Cam's on the Tiger. So.
Exactly that. Yeah. And the question we always ask every guest we have on, doesn't matter what level they're playing at. We even asked this to an NFL guy who we had on, is who do you think will be the two teams in the Super Bowl next year? I know we're in July. It's not even training camp yet, but we like way too early predictions. So whenever we look back, we can go, well, we knew it first, so many months ago.
I think you're gonna say the Falcons here.
No, I think the Falcons are in rebuild mode. They're not admitting it, but they are in rebuild mode.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns actually had a big run this year if the AFC. But at the NFC,
yeah, that's a good
I'd love
shout.
to see the Buccaneers do it again. To see Tom Brady more.
It was too much.
I know,
See this
but-
Buccaneers talk like Tom Brady. He's been in the league far too long. Get him out. He
He's
doesn't need
special,
another ring.
Ross. He's
Great.
special,
He's
Ross.
I know, he's
The Cleveland Browns. That's a very good take. We heard that recently, didn't we, Zach? Who said that?
Yeah, I can't remember who, but I
Was
like that pick.
Was it Andrew?
It might have been, yeah.
I think so.
I think that's a
it
good
was.
one. Do you think Tom Brady's been talking this offseason about going 16-0 and how, that eluded him in the past? I think in the 2007 season. Do you think this could be the year that Tom Brady and the Bucs go on a run to go unbeaten?
I mean, that team is insanely stacked. They also just got KJ Britt from Auburn. So
Yeah.
KJ
They did. That's a good addition. And then maybe bringing things back to a serious note, Sammy, what as a team, Auburn, what are your guys' goals for the season? Do you think you'll be aiming towards that national championship?
I think our goal is 1-0 every day, day by day, not looking too far in the future, stacking days on top of each other to gain momentum, and then eventually we'll see where it takes us.
That's it.